If you've ever looked at your bank account and thought, there's no way I can invest or save with this amount, stop scrolling because this is the only financial channel that actually disagrees with you. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new to Financial Blueprint Diaries. This channel exists for one reason: to decode the complex world of budgeting, investing, and personal finance into simple, bite-sized blueprints that actually fit your weekly paycheck. Whether you're a college student surviving on financial aid, or you're working hard but feel like you're getting nowhere, this is your space. We don't judge your spending, we just optimize it. We turn scarcity into strategy weekly. Today, we are diving into the complete student's guide to dividend investing, 2026 Zero to Hero. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear action plan. If that sounds like the kind of finance you actually want to learn, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to build your future with me weekly. Let's build this blueprint together. Chapter 1. What even is dividend investing? Let's start with the absolute basics. What is dividend investing? When you buy a stock, you're buying a tiny piece of a company. Some companies, usually big, established ones, take a portion of their profits and share them directly with their shareholders. That's a dividend. Think of it like this. If you own a small pizza shop and it made $10,000 in profit, you might take $2,000 and pay yourself. That's exactly what dividends are: companies paying their owners. That's you, a slice of the profits. Now here's the thing: not all companies pay dividends. Young, fast-growing companies like tech startups usually reinvest every dollar back into the business to grow faster. But mature companies in stable industries, think Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, utilities, and banks that have been around forever, they don't need to reinvest every penny, so they reward their shareholders with regular cash payments. And here's the beautiful part: dividends give you two ways to make money. First, you get the dividend payments themselves, cash in your pocket. Second, the stock price can also go up over time. That's called total return. In fact, historically, dividends have accounted for about 40% of the stock market's total returns over the long run. That's not pocket change, that's a massive piece of the wealth-building puzzle. Chapter 2. The numbers that matter. All right, let's talk about the one number you absolutely need to understand: dividend yield. Dividend yield is simply the annual dividend payment divided by the stock price, expressed as a percentage. Here's an example. Let's say a stock costs $100 per share, and it pays $3 in dividends each year. That's a 3% dividend yield. Now, in 2026, what does a good yield look like? Well, it depends. The average dividend yield for the S&P 500 is typically around 1.5% to 2%. But many quality dividend stocks offer 3% to 5%, and some even higher. Here's what's wild about 2026. Bank deposit rates have dropped below 1% in many places. That means putting money in a savings account barely earns anything. Meanwhile, many dividend stocks are yielding 4%, 5%, even 6% or more. And this is a big but: don't just chase the highest yield. A very high yield can sometimes be a warning sign. If a stock's price has crashed, the yield looks high on paper, but the company might be in trouble and could cut or eliminate the dividend. That's called a yield trap, and we want to avoid it at all costs. Chapter 3. The 2026 dividend landscape. So what's happening in the dividend world right now? 2026 has been a fascinating year for investors. The first half of the year belonged to artificial intelligence stocks. But in the second half, we've seen a massive rotation: money flowing out of tech and into defensive, dividend-paying sectors like energy, healthcare, financials, and consumer staples. Why is this happening? A softer jobs report in June cooled expectations for Federal Reserve rate hikes, and investors are seeking stability. In uncertain times, dividend stocks become incredibly attractive because they offer regular income regardless of market volatility. Plus, dividend stocks tend to be less volatile than other stocks. When a market sells off, dividend-paying stocks often decline significantly less than the broader market. That stability is gold for students and beginners who can't afford to lose their savings. Chapter 4. Dividend Aristocrats versus High Yield. When it comes to dividend investing, you really have two main strategies: dividend growth and high yield. Dividend growth investing means buying companies that consistently increase their dividends year after year. The yield might start lower, maybe 1.5% or 2%, but those payments grow over time. Then there are Dividend Aristocrats, companies in the S&P 500 that have increased their dividends for at least 25 consecutive years. These are the cream of the crop. Think Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, PepsiCo, Chevron. Some Dividend Aristocrats have been raising dividends for 50-plus years. Those are called dividend kings. These companies have survived wars, recessions, pandemics, and everything in between. If they can pay dividends through all of that, they're probably pretty reliable. On the other hand, high-yield investing focuses on stocks that pay higher current income. Right now, think 4%, 5%, even 6% or more. These can be great for generating immediate cash flow. For students, I actually recommend a hybrid approach. Start with a solid Dividend Aristocrat or two for stability and growth, then maybe add a higher yield position once you've built some confidence. Remember, slow and steady wins this race. Chapter 5. The Student Action Plan, Step by Step. All right, let's get practical. Here's your step-by-step action plan for 2026. Step 1. Open a brokerage account. If you're a student, look for platforms with $0 commissions and no minimum balance requirements. Many popular brokers offer this. Step 2. Start small. You don't need thousands of dollars. Even $50 or $100 can buy fractional shares of quality companies. Many brokers now let you buy fractional shares, meaning you can invest in expensive stocks like Coca-Cola with just a few dollars. Step 3. Research quality companies. Look for companies with a long history of paying dividends, 10-plus years, consistent dividend increases, healthy payout ratios, below 60 to 70% is generally safer. Strong business models. Step 4. Consider dividend ETFs. If picking individual stocks feels overwhelming, exchange-traded funds like SCHD, VG, or NOBL give you instant diversification across dozens of dividend-paying companies. Step 5. Turn on DRIP. DRIP stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. This automatically takes your dividend payments and uses them to buy more shares of the same stock. This is the secret weapon. When you reinvest dividends, you're buying more shares, which pay more dividends, which buy more shares. It's a compounding machine that builds wealth on autopilot. Chapter 6. Taxes and what students need to know. Now, let's talk about taxes because they matter. In 2026, dividend tax rates vary by country. In the U.S., qualified dividends are taxed at 0%, 15%, or 20% depending on your income. And here's the good news for students. If your total income is low enough, your qualified dividend tax rate could be 0%. That means if you're a student with little or no other income, you could potentially keep every dollar of your dividends tax-free. Always check your local tax laws and consult a tax professional, but this is a huge advantage for student investors. Also, consider using tax-advantaged accounts if available in your country. Things like IRAs, ISAs, or TFSAs allow your investments to grow tax-free or tax-deferred. So here's your 2026 dividend investing blueprint. 1. Dividends are company profits shared with you. 2. Focus on quality Dividend Aristocrats are a great starting point. 3. Start small, use fractional shares, and turn on DRIP. 4. Consider ETFs for instant diversification. 5. Take advantage of student tax benefits. You don't need to be rich to start building wealth. You just need to start. Every dividend you reinvest today is a step toward financial freedom tomorrow. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It helps more students find this blueprint. Subscribe to Financial Blueprint Diaries for weekly strategies that turn your scarcity into strategy. Drop a comment below. What's one question you still have about dividend investing? Remember, your financial future is a blueprint, and you're the architect. I'll see you in the next one. Let's build this blueprint together.